The Gulf Screen Guild Theater. I guess you've all heard about the man who couldn't tell a lie. Well, our story tonight is about a woman who couldn't tell the truth. Carole Lombard is the woman, and her husband, to whom she does most of her lying, is played by Fred MacMurray. The story? One of the screen's great comedies, True Confession, adapted for radio by Charles Tazewell and Bill Hampton, and with music by Oscar Bradley's Gulf Orchestra with Frank Tours conducting.
Dear Diary, I'm so miserably unhappy because Ken is mad at me again. And simply because he caught me telling a perfectly infinitesimal little fib. Maybe Ken's left me forever, just as he did last week and the week before that. If he has, Yes, I'll poison myself. No, I won't listen every time I hear that little note in my head. I get in trouble, but I'm not going to lie anymore, even to myself. Oh, dear Diary, I love Ken so much. He's got to come back to me so he can meet Mr. Crouch. Because if he doesn't, people will never find out that Ken's not only the most handsome and wonderful husband in the world, but he's a brilliant lawyer, even if no one has even given him a case. Oh, dear Diary, why doesn't Ken come home? If he does, from this moment on, Diary, I'm going to tell the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth, even if it kills me. And never... Oh, Ken, he's come back to forgive me. Ken, darling, Oh, it's you again.
Sure, it's me.
Look, these are stirring times. Can't you find something more patriotic to do than going around dunning people for typewriter payments?
Please, no more talk, lady. Do I get my $12 or do I take the typewriter?
Well, I guess you take the typewriter.
That's what I thought. Is that it on the table?
Yes, help yourself. Well, after all, why should I worry about what happens to you?
What was that, lady? What's going to happen then?
Well, I was talking about my husband, but if you hurry, maybe he won't see you. You see, he's insane.
Insane?
He's absolutely nuts.
Is that so? Is he locked up?
Oh, no. We're trying to get him away quietly. He's been crazy ever since that terrible night our baby died.
Oh, I'm sorry, lady.
Yes. The first time I realized that it affected Ken's mind was about a week ago. I woke up and saw a light on in there. I tiptoed in, and there was Ken, my own husband, smiling at the typewriter, talking baby talk and patting it.
Patting it?
Just like this. Oh, it was heartbreaking. He thinks that typewriter is our baby, our little Harold.
Oh, ain't that awful?
Oh, but that isn't the worst. Do you know what he said when he saw me? He stood right there, patting that typewriter, and he said, I love my baby more than life itself, and I'll kill the first person who tries to harm it.
Gosh, a guy like that ought to be locked up before he gets violent. I guess the best thing to do is to get this baby, this typewriter out of here before...
Helen!
Oh, there's my husband now. Hello, Ken.
How's my baby?
Baby? Oh, jeepers, where'll I put the typewriter?
Hang on to it.
Yeah, but what'll he...
Just tell him you're rocking it to sleep.
Yeah, but suppose that...
Hello, darling. Oh, I didn't know you had a visitor.
Oh, he's really not a visitor, Ken. This is Mr. McDougal, the new... Oh, Mr. McDougal, our new neighbor.
Oh, well, glad you dropped in, Mr. McDougal. Hey, why are you holding that...
You mean baby?
I was just rocking it to sleep before I left. It was all tired out, poor little fella.
What was that?
No need to get upset, Mr. Bartlett. I'll put the little fella down here on the divan.
Say, you both sound as though you'd had a drink or you need one. Sit down, Mr. McDougal. I'll go out in the kitchen and mix up a batch of poison.
Hurry, you better leave before he comes back.
Don't worry. When he gets here, I'll be miles away. That's not even going to poison me. No, sir, I got my health to think of.
Who was that, Helen?
Who was what, darling?
Didn't I hear the front door?
Oh, yes, that was Mr. McDougal. He had to go.
Must have been an awful hurry.
Oh, never mind about him. Oh, Ken, I've missed you so much.
I've only been gone since breakfast.
But you went away mad. You didn't even kiss me.
Well, do you blame me? After I came into the room last night and discovered you told people I was a reformed bank robber?
Well, I didn't mean to, but the other women were all bragging about their husbands. Oh, darling, don't ever leave me, promise.
I'll promise you one thing, Helen. If you don't stop lying, one of these days I'm going to walk out of this house. I'm going to walk all the way to China.
But, honey, I've reformed. Honestly, I haven't told a single story all day long.
No? Helen, Why did the grocer send flowers to my office?
Flowers? Well, I can't imagine, Ken.
It was a wreath. And across the top it said, "Rest in peace."
Oh, really? Well, the florist must have made a mistake in the address. There's been so much sickness lately. You know, people dying like
Helen,
flies.
you didn't by any chance tell the grocer I was dead.
Why, Ken, dear, why should I tell him?
Did you?
All I said to the man was...
I said, did you?
Well, I may have slightly intimated it. He was pestering me with the bill
Helen, I ought to wring your neck.
Well, go ahead and get mad at me. Let's have it over with.
Oh, what's the use? I've done that. I'm living a nightmare. The darndest nightmare a man ever lived.
Well, I didn't mean to tell him you were dead. It just popped out.
Yeah, as usual.
Well, I wouldn't have had to tell him anything if I'd had the money to pay him.
Oh, that's right. It's all my fault. I'm a rank failure as a lawyer, so you have to lie for our living.
You're not a failure. How can you be a failure when you've never had a case?
Yeah, well, the way it looks, I probably never will get one either.
Oh, but Ken, you have got one.
Where, Helen?
Well, he's coming here to see you. He's our butcher's wife's cousin, and his first name is Mr. Crouch.
Yeah, what kind of a case is it?
Oh, mistaken identity. He's accused of stealing a carload of hams. Isn't that ridiculous? Who would want a whole carload of hams? Oh, that must be him now. Oh, hello? Oh, yes, sir, Mr. Crouch, right up. He's coming right up, Ken.
Are you sure he's innocent, Helen?
Oh, there's not the slightest doubt, darling. Just wait till you see him. He's a solid, upright, law-abiding citizen, the soul of honor, and besides, he's a vegetarian. He doesn't like ham.
Oh. Well, if he's innocent, I'll be glad to represent him, Helen. But if he's guilty, I won't handle it.
There he is now. Oh, come right in, Mr. Crouch. I've been telling my husband about your case. He's terribly interested. Ken, this is Mr. Crouch.
Oh, how do you do, Mr. Crouch?
They can't prove a thing.
Oh. That's fine, Mr. Crouch. Now, before we delve into the facts of this case, I want you to know that I have my own code of ethics. I'm a stickler for honesty.
Yeah, so what?
What my husband means is he wants to know if you stole the hams, which you didn't, did you?
Nah.
There, you see, darling.
I'm glad to hear that, Mr. Crouch, because I absolutely refuse to defend a guilty man. Now, about a retainer fee, would $100 be all right?
Yeah, it's okay by me, buddy.
Oh, thank you.
Of course, you'll have to wait for your dough.
Wait, how long?
Until I sell the ham.
Until you... Get out! Get out of here!
Hey!
Ken.
Hey, what's the idea?
I said get out of here before I throw you out, you lawbreaker.
Okay, buddy, I don't think you're much of a mouthpiece anyhow. And you just wait till I tell my Aunt Baker about this.
Oh, Ken.
So that's your honest, upright citizen.
Ken, how could you? You've insulted the cousin of our own butcher's wife.
But, Helen, he stole the ham.
Well, what difference does it make? Somebody's got to represent him, don't they?
I won't defend a lawbreaker. You know that.
How can we live if you won't take a perfectly good case when it's offered to you? Ken, we've got to have money to live on, and if you must hang on to your honor, I've got to get a job.
You'll do nothing of the kind. Bad enough to know I'm a failure myself without advertising it to the whole world.
Oh, but I've been offered a perfectly lovely position by an old friend of my great-uncle, Mr. Otto Kraler.
Otto Kraler? That old ape's had more secretaries than a business college.
Well, he may be an ape, but it's $50 a week peanut.
$50 for what?
Being his secretary.
You can't take shorthand.
But he's willing to pay me while I'm learning.
Oh, he is he?
Please, Ken.
No.
But, Ken...
I said no. And do you know what I'll do if you ever go out and get a job behind my back?
Yes? You'll leave me.
That's right. Are you going to try it?
No.
Are you telling the truth?
Why, Ken, didn't I promise I'd never lie again? Why, darling, if you're so against it, Otto Kraler is a closed chapter in my life. Why, I wouldn't dream of even speaking to Otto Kraler. Sorry, Mr. Kraler. I do hope you'll forgive me for being late to work on my first day.
Oh, that's quite all right, my dear. Nothing to get upset about. I want you to be very happy here.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Kraler.
Otto.
What?
Call me Otto.
Oh, certainly, Otto.
We're going to be great friends, yes, indeed. I can see we're going to like each other a lot.
You understand, I haven't had much experience. Would you mind letting go of my hand? I've never taken dictation. Mr. Kraler, please. I don't think you should do that. But I mean to get one of those shorthand books. Don't you think you'd better answer your mail, Mr. Kraler? Well, I realize $50 a week is a big salary, but Mr. Kraler, will you stop following me? I really didn't know the secretaries got so much exercise. Mr. Kraler, think of your